Ta-da! Right? Ta-da? Question mark? Yeah. Yeah, okay. Hello, guys. A little later stream, evening. A little later than I wanted, but that's just how it happened. I'll probably only stream for like an hour today because I need to get to bed, but we'll see what happens. I'm hoping these evening streams work out because I think evening streams are better because, you know, it's the end of the day, things are winding down, I don't have any other chores to do. It's just, I think it's just simpler, so I can just focus on working. So we are continuing what we did last stream because this all needs to get done. And my other projects, I need a lot of sketching done. So that, and you know, me and sketching on stream don't get along. And I have not forgotten about my little Star Wars joke comic. I've not forgotten about that. I'm still working on it. It's just, the line art is taking me a lot longer than I thought it would. And I just haven't gotten back around to it because I'm just trying to catch up. I mean, I got like one more page that I need to work on for Path to Brighter Stars, and then I've caught up to where I want the hiatus to start, or at least around in that general area. We'll decide when we get closer to it. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm in the home stretch before hiatus, so I just wanted to get it all done. I thought I heard the old man say, leave her, Johnny, leave her, for the voyage is long and the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her. So how's everyone else's day been? Today was hot. I mean, not the hottest it could be, but it was definitely hotter than it had been recently. Hello, dog. Ow, that was my wrist popping. I don't know if you heard. And I'm still sweating. I'd turn a fan on, but I don't know how my mic would respond to it. Oh, I didn't have any of their other refs sketched out, so I will be sketching this stream after all. Darn. Well. At least I don't have to do any more text. Because, oh my god, these last few pages have been so text heavy, it is ridiculous. Okay, fine, I'll open the door for you. Do you need to go potty, or do you just want out? You need to go potty? I'll be right. Alright. It's not a rune stream if I have to pause just to let the dog out. Alright. Turns out he didn't want out. He just wants extra food, even though I gave him quite the dinner. Yeah. Dogs, man. Gotta love them. Alright, let me bring up her kits ref. So I can reference the tail at least. Because I am changing their designs slightly for these revamps. If I can remember where everything is. Here it is. Yeah. I think I'll just do that. And the dogs are barking. Just glad I don't have that demon spawn of whatever the hell that creature was. Not one interview. And my dog is barking. It's like, what? I know I keep bringing it up every time my dogs bark, but it's the first thing that pops up whenever they're barking when I'm on stream. It's just, then my dog is barking. My Savannah. It's a wonderful part of the comic process, coloring. Because it's so streamlined. It's simple. Once you got everyone's basic colors down, you just crack on. It's a lot of fun. I know some people hate coloring, and to each his own, but wow. You must be a traditional artist. I'm sorry, I just got the strangest sense of deja vu. Have I said this before? Probably. I've probably said this before in a previous stream. Like, people who hate coloring were probably traditional artists that were forced to use like paint and whatnot, or ran out of that one specific color pencil. God, that was so annoying. Remember that heartache when you were a kid trying to color something and then the pencil you're working on either like breaks, dies, or just goes missing? Heaven forbid a pencil that's like, oh, it's a perfect color and it's great, but like the lead is broken all the way through, and no matter how much you sharpen it, the lead just keeps flying out of it because it's just a dud. Ugh. I do not miss traditional art at all. Okay. Ma'am is colored. but I won't put in her name yet. And their references are gonna stay the same. Well, their names, his name's spoiled, but their designs are gonna stay the same. I think for the rest of part 1, they're gonna stay small kits, and then part 2, between part 1 and part 2, there's going to be a bit of a time skip. So, oh, I have to align his. Okay, that's fine. We didn't just work backwards. I'm gonna make his bigger, actually, because he's a big kitty. Not huge. Just... he's a lot more built than his companion, which I've said last stream, but I'm reiterating. See, I'm not forgetting, I'm just reiterating. See. Loophole. Well, I can't honestly say I'm feeling much better right now than I was for the past few days. I don't want to get too into it, but I was really stressed out about a few things, and it was really affecting my health. But I feel better now. I'm still slightly stressed out, but it's more like a, I'm not sure how things are going to turn out. And if they do turn out a certain way, well, I guess that's just what we're going to have to deal with. Yeah, but as far as that goes, I feel better about certain plans. And that's all I'll say. But yes, I'm feeling much better now. Not just emotionally. I'm feeling better physically. Because physically, I don't know what happened. It felt like... I don't know how to describe it by saying, like... because I've had this feeling before. And... I don't know if this is TMI, but last time I felt this kind of sick, my navel was bleeding. And I don't know what that was, because it, like, in 2 weeks it stopped bleeding, but it was very specific where I was fine mostly, but I felt like it felt like there was an air bubble in my intestines, because it wasn't quite a full cramp, but it wasn't... what layer? That's on this layer. Okay. But it felt similar to that. But last time I was actually bleeding when it happened, and I felt bloated at the same time. But that was for different reasons. This time I didn't feel bloated, but it was like... I feel fine mostly when I'm upright, but as soon as I, like, bend over a lot, oof. Nausea, and I can't really eat. Because, of course, I feel nauseous. But then I get to the point where I feel nauseous because I'm not eating. Just, well, okay, body. If you want me to eat, stop giving me the signs that I shouldn't eat. Because nauseous means don't eat, right? Ugh. It's funny how the human body works. I think that's a legit glitch in our programming. I need to patch that in the next DLC. You know, there's some people that actually believe that we are, like, part of a simulation. And I don't know what I'm doing with this tail lifts, but I kind of like it. But I'm not sure if I'll keep it, though. Anyway. There are, yes, like I was saying, there are some people who actually believe that we're in some sort of simulation Matrix style, and I only think they believe that is because of the movie The Matrix. I'm just, okay, you just want to be able to download Kung Fu. I think that's what it is. Besides, hot take, Matrix? Not that great of a film, in my opinion. That might be a hot take. Did I literally just do that? Did I literally just lick my finger and go... God, I'm old and white. Old and white. Okay, that worked. I didn't even watch the second or third ones, and apparently they're not that great anyway. But I watched the first one, and I'm like, okay, I can understand why this gained a lot of a fan following, but I didn't find anything that was that impressive with it. Like, the actors, I love all the actors, and the CG did not age well, but, you know, for its time, it was groundbreaking, so I can appreciate it for where it stands in the history of cinema. But as a story by itself, I'm not quite sold on it. I prefer Terminator Salvation. I know that's an even hotter take. But I think Terminator Salvation, aside from the second one, is the best Terminator film ever. And I'm prepared to die on that hill. I'm not saying it's the best movie ever. No. No. The best movie of all time is Aliens, the extended edition. Now, when I say Aliens, I mean Alien, the second one. Because people just say, oh yeah, Aliens. And they're talking about, like, the first film. I'm like, no. The first one was just called Alien. The second one is Aliens. Just there's multiple. See, like Predator and Predators. Actually, no, the second Predator was just called Predator 2, I think. Also a good movie. But by no means my favorite Predator film. I think so far my favorite Predator film is, I think it's called The Predator? Where they captured all these elite soldiers and put them on, like, this game reserve planet. That was cool. I liked that premise. And it made sense for their culture to do that. That they would also, like, fight each other as well. That made sense to their culture. Not whatever the hell Predator 2018 was trying to... I think that one's called The Predator. What's that one called? I think it's also just called The Predator. Or Predators. What's it called? Chat. What is that one Predator movie called? Where they're on the game reserve planet. Hold on. You know what? Predator movies. Okay, it's just called Predators. It's the 2010 version, Predators 3. Okay, that one's the best. But I haven't seen Prey yet, but I'm told Prey could have been better. So anyway, okay. We figured it out, chat. We've solved it. Predators is the best Predator film. And I say that because the Predator movie that I am waiting for has not been made yet, and I'm still upset about that. I'm very upset about that. See, the Predator movie I want made is where it's just about, it's on Yautja Prime. Or Yautja Prime. I don't know how you pronounce their species name. But it's like, it's on their home planet and it's just them. Like, on their everyday culture and whatnot. And you can add in like a clan war or something like that. No humans. But if you must have a human, have one that's like an honorary tribe member and they're like a kid or something, or treated like a kid. That's a tangent. There we go. Sheesh. Anyway. I'm tempted to just write my own fake Predator movie script, which is actually just called fan fiction. I'm tempted to do that, but I don't know. I feel like I would miss the mark what I'm actually going for. Because I haven't read any of the comics or played any of the games. I don't know really much about Yautja. Oh my god. In and out, in and out. Got a sniff. Think someone's getting to know me. Oh boy. It isn't as if he gets a chicken dinner every other night. Jeez. Dogs, man. Gotta love them. Alright, this is gonna drive me nuts. Front views are crazy. No, that's the wrong expression. There we go. So I've read some other people who've written Predator fanfiction for no particular reason. And they get like the languages thrown in there. They got like names and whatnot. They talk about like the terminology and whatnot. I'm just sitting here like, okay, wow, I just like the movies. Actually, I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys, and call me a fake fan if you will, but the version of Predators, of the Predator race that I think is the best, and just really sold me on their whole thing as hunters and whatnot, was the crossover film Alien vs. Predator. Go ahead and berate me on it. I rewatched it relatively recently, and honestly, it's a dang good film. I don't know what people complain about. It's an entertaining movie. That's because that's what movies are supposed to do. They're supposed to entertain, and boy howdy does it. Now, I haven't seen the second one. I haven't seen Requiem. But I've seen clips of it. And what Requiem does, I feel robbed. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I feel robbed with what Requiem did. Because we get a glimpse of their home planet. And it shows what it looks like, the climate and whatnot. And I'm just... Ugh! I want to know everything about that. Why couldn't we have gotten that in the other films? Why can't we get a film there? And I'm just so peeved. Alright, now this is gonna drive me crazy because his hair is like that, but from the front view, it's gonna look different. Now, let me figure out the ears first, and then we'll get onto the hair wefts. Let's actually... There we go. Ah, yes. There we go. There we go. That is terrible line work. I'm actually in a really good mood right now. I'm kind of surprised. Well, it's just I hadn't been feeling well. In the morning, I didn't feel well. That was for sure. But... Now I'm feeling better. Like I said earlier, I'm feeling much better. Still not top. Still not tip top, but better than I was yesterday, that's for sure. Now, does that look stupid? Yeah, that kind of looks stupid. You know what? I'll do this. No. Maybe his head is too wide. Perhaps that is the issue. Oh, I'm feeling it now. I'm feeling it. Feeling it. Yeah. That's it. Reel it in. Much better. Much better. God, you ever just do something artistically and go, yeah, that's the ticket? That's what we've been waiting for. That's it. There we go. I love that feeling where you like surprise yourself with your own, sometimes my genius. It's almost frightening. No, he's more like rounded. I'll do that. There we go. Let's see how this looks. Okay, yeah, there we go. Oh, also, I haven't forgotten about my promise to convert that one coloring process stream into a video. I just haven't had the time to go back through the stream, mark bits I want to add, and maybe add some voiceovers to be a little more coherent and like explaining it via speed paint, like other techniques and whatnot. So that's still in the works. It's still in the works. It's still coming. But I'm going to be working on it tomorrow in the morning, and then later in the evening I might stream the rest of these references. And then with that, maybe I'll like collect other things or come up with other tips. I did also record some footage today for like a speed paint deal that I might just get back into doing voiceovers, talking about random things with like the coloring in the background, because I do draw and color a lot off stream. I just don't record it because I don't record it, A, because I kind of forget, and B, I like didn't want to stream it because I was just listening to other videos and it just like came about. So I'm gonna get back into the habit of recording everything I draw, even if it's just like I'm switching back and forth between files. It's still footage. It's B-roll, background stuff to be used. And sometimes, it'll happen. You'll be working on one project, suddenly get an idea for another project, and then you have to go like check on it or work on it. You have to. But on stream, you really don't have that luxury to do so, because what you advertise on stream is like what people are expecting. And then, oh, I'm on the wrong layer. And then if you don't give what's promised, that's false advertising. Which is slightly illegal. Only slightly. I'm gonna color the eyes because I like coloring eyes. There we go. I've added this extra little stroke to my coloring technique. It just adds like a little pop, little visual interest between like the main color, the shadow, and then a highlight. And it doesn't make sense lighting wise, but it looks good. At least I think it does. Alright, now for his white markings, which are staying the same. Sort of nailed his design. First draft! Fuck you, Hemingway. Have y'all seen that Randy Feltface stand-up? The whole stand-up where he buys a bookshelf. Oh my god, just type up Randy buys a bookshelf. That was the hardest I'd ever laughed at a puppet. Maybe. I have to fact check that, but when I first heard that story, oh my, every turn in that story was a left. There we go. Slightly easier to keep track of. Oops, his face. Mask, you still got the mask. There we go. And then we just blend. So the lines aren't as harsh to make it look less like a cartoon and more like an illustration, even though I draw like a cartoon. You see, woo, This is the problem with the way I draw. Is so flabbergasted. Same character, drawn 3 times at 3 different angles, but they look completely different. And I think it's just the eyes, because I draw eyes differently each time. And ooh, oh, stomachache is bad. What? Hello? Excuse me? Sir? Water? It also isn't a rune setup if you don't have 3 different drinks on your desk. On the desk of like 3 completely different varieties. I got water, I got a bit of Gatorade, and I have a regular Monster here because I needed a little pep in my step. So I was really tired, so I haven't had coffee today. I know, shocker, right? What? No coffee? On a rune stream? There we go. I think I might blur out these just a little. There we go. I don't know what the backgrounds are going to look like because I want their colors to stand out more. I think on their old references, yeah, I just did like a gradient. Yeah. I'm really happy with this look. I have implemented it more into some of the recent pages I've been working on. Not her full tail design, because I didn't want to like just change her design like mid-scene. So I think that would have been weird. Hello, puppy. It's just my dog. But on hiatus, I think I'll just say, hey, some characters have gotten new designs. I'm hoping to work on these designs, and then maybe by the time I do go on hiatus, that I can actually take a full break, and then as like a comeback stream to get people hyped for it, I'll do like a designing new characters and talking a bit about them. But that might be spoiler territory, but honestly, you're the stream gang gets more from me. I feel like I hate censoring myself in the way of stories. Now, for like other things like Dreamwalkers and Cosmic Castaways, I'm keeping a lot of it secret because I do want to publish these things. Path to Brighter Stars is just a fan comic that I'm using to practice comic layout and marketing and whatnot, and just it's a story that's been in my head, and I wanted to get it out there. So, for your eyes only. Spoilers? Ta-da! I think I might do a gradient. Like, get their eye colors and then, like, desaturate them a little bit. And then lower opacity. Maybe put, like, a gray, mid-gray in the back. Make them pop a little bit more. And then on top of the gradient, or maybe below, we'll see. put like a, there we go. Now we're free. Now I'm moving. Come on, bad dad. Let's get drooping. I can only look you in the eyes right now. God. The Lego Batman movie is the best Batman movie ever, and I will die on that hill. Name a better Batman movie. I'll wait. And if you say The Dark Knight, you basic bitch. I mean, yeah, it's a fire film, but come on. Lego Batman. That is a love letter to the Batman fandom. It is the only Batman movie we ever need. And I'm actually going to replace these files. Should I replace the old refs with these ones? Alright, I'm trying to move it. Okay. Should I? Ba 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 ba. You know what? I won't save anything fully yet. I mean, I have saved, but I won't render anything yet. Because I thought I was going to have some design notes or something. Alright, now let's do the same thing here. Lighter variations of their colors. Desaturate them a little. On a gradient. This is actually lighter, so we don't have to put it as desaturated. I'm going to turn that down. And then on top of the gradient, just talking out loud because it helps me work. I don't know if it's annoying to you guys. It's therapeutic for me. Maybe a little more desaturated. Yeah. It's fine. I might have thinking. I forget. Did I say last stream if I was going to put design notes on it? Or just have the basic design? Because I know I wasn't going to have character notes listed. Alright, new. This. And then we'll probably do Ivy Whisper next. I'm gonna need to bring up his old reference and his Toy House profile pic because I like that look. And it's so nice to draw him smiling. He deserves it. Just gonna save. And then I'll close these out just for room. Pointed ears, down, down. 3 cheek wefts, wider but straight down. And he's a larger cat, but not as large as Lion Stripe. Lion Stripe is a Norwegian forest cat. That is a big boy. Is that too big? What's his tail situation? Okay. Oh my god. My dog seems to think that anytime he hears scraping of Tupperware or any pan, that means treats. And I don't know where he got that idea. But it is hardwired into his brain, and it's like, you've only been... It's like, you haven't been with us your whole life, man. This is like recent development. He's always acting like he's starving, but I think most dogs do. Something looks off here, and it might be... You know, his muzzle size is good. It might be his chest. That's what it is. His chest is too small. It's a lot of guesswork with redrawing references. Because you want it to look good and cohesive, but also when you're drawing, it has to be semi mindless so that you can just remember and draw it simply and not like forget things. So you have to like find ways to make sure that you can remember what the heck your own character looks like. I think it's also his neck and shoulder area that's looking a bit off. Or the fact that his leg is really far back. That's better. He's definitely more fuzzy. Well, not fuzzy, he's more furry. Not quite a full mane, like lion stripe, but almost. I think this is, actually, I've drawn it too big. Okay, that's a little better. There we go. Yeah, I like this. I don't know what type of cat Ivy Whisper is. Is for most of the characters I have like a, oh yeah, they're just a domestic short hair. It's like Brindlefur is Oriental. Hazelpaw is more Abyssian looking. Lion Stripe canonically is a Norwegian forest cat because he was a house pet, which hasn't been brought up in the comic yet. I'm not sure where to bring it up. It just hasn't made sense bringing it up recently. But it'll come up. I know it will. I'll make it so. Make it so, number one. I also, for a while, and still kind of do, but not as much, had this unhealthy obsession with the idea of drawing the Path to Brighter Stars cast as humans. Like, just as a gag. And then I just got to thinking that, you know, about what clothes they would wear, how, like, what social group they would be a part of, or would, you know, like, would I draw them as, like, a modern AU, or would I draw them in a, like, human tribal type deal, but then I would get carried away with my own tribe designs, so there's all that. I don't want to step on Ginja Ninja's feet or toes, but they haven't really drawn anything Warrior Cats related in a while, so I'm assuming that they've just kind of ditched that project. Which is fine. It was just fun fan art and a bit of character study. And I'll admit too, I've dabbled in drawing certain characters as humans. Like, even though they are technically... Like, I tried to draw the Ninjago guys as humans. Even though they are humans... It's just their Lego, so it's really hard to tell. And every Ninjago fan artist has drawn them as humans, and they even have canonical human designs. They had that one anime episode from Fugidub's perspective, and it was the funniest thing that ever graced my eyeballs. I feel like Ninjago would have definitely kicked off a lot harder if it was more of an anime. But since it was Lego, they had to like stick with the Lego designs. Which you can tell the animators felt frustrated with it because in like later episodes they started leaning more anime, but for like specific situations. Like, we want to go anime. Okay, fine. Only in the flashbacks or something like that. And it was kind of sad because the animation was really good. And just, oh, we don't get to see this that often. So it was more like, it was just a neat treat to see every once in a while. Oh, yeah, save on my computer. Ivy Whisper. Redez. Save. Hello, kitty. My sister's cat likes to come in here every once in a while just to check things out. I don't know why. Well, especially during the day, she likes to come in my room and sit in the window because I got a screen protector on my window so people can't look in, and it also means the birds can't see me sitting there watching them, so she likes to sit in my window. I think that's good. He's born Shadow Clan, so he's got him a little thicker, but not that thick. Maybe like that. That's good. No. Tomb. Okay. That was better. I'll just bring it up a bit. There we go. A little different than short tails. Hair. There, yeah, that's better. That's better. Short tail has a similar hairstyle. I kind of did that accidentally. That they both had similar hair. Same with Hawkfang. No. Brindlefur and Splashpaw have similar hair. And I did that accidentally. But Hazelpaw and Lion Stripe having the similar hair on their head is very intentional. They're not related at all. But it's just, I thought it was funny. I'm from the 3/4 view. And then the ever depressing front. Alright, I'll add the color. This color palette. I keep clicking the wrong one. Cause baby, I should be on Adderall. It's a lovely thing, you know, the comic coloring process. Because once you get it down to a science, it's just good fun. The only thing that I actually have to think about when I'm coloring the comic nowadays is how I'm going to render the background, because I render while I'm coloring it. Just saves a step, and I think it looks better that way. I prefer coffee because it's natural and whatnot, but man, Monster's really good, actually. Random off-topic question, but does anyone know the song that played in that one meme, Collective Poetry? I know the guitar. Like, just type up the meme Collective Poetry. The first one is the funniest one. The second one was not that funny. And what is that song actually called? Whoa, heaven let your light shine down. That's the only part of the actual singing I know, and it's driving me crazy. So I don't remember what the song is called. It used to play on the radio. I'm gonna yell real quick. Hey Tab, you out there? Yeah. Can you look up the song that plays in that meme collective poetry? Yeah. You know the one I'm talking about? That's got the guitar that I can't mimic right now. Okay. My sister's working on it. While she's working on that, I'm going to try to ignore the fact that it's stuck on my head for whatever ungodly reason, even though I listened to literally anything other than that. I mean, before starting stream, I was listening to the song Leave Her, Johnny, because that is a darn good song that I really, really like. So I thought I heard the old man say, leave her, Johnny, leave her. For the voyage is long and the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her. Ugh. It's just a nice song. You found it? Yeah. Don't play it on stream. I'll get a copyright.
I was just going to read it. It's Collective Soul. The song is Shine.
Shine by...
Collective Soul.
Oh. Heaven let your light shine down.
Yeah.
Okay. Shine by Collective Soul. Okay, so that's why it was called Collective Poetry.
Yeah, that's why.
Okay. Shine by Collective Soul. I need to actually listen to that song because all I know is the yeah.
We've heard this song before.
I know, but I need to actually listen to it again because all I know is the meme.
Oh, because I mean, like the actual meme part is like 43 seconds into the song.
Okay, it's like the song Roundabout. All we know is the meme to be continued.
Yeah.
But the song's called Roundabout. I don't remember who from or who by, but it's called Roundabout. I mean, everyone knows that part of the song. But it's a real song. It's called Roundabout. By Whoozy does it. Also, from the meme, you probably know the song, I mean, it's nicknamed Teenage Wasteland, but it's not actually called that. Excuse me. Teenage Wasteland. It's the song that usually starts playing when people are like, whoa, 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 whoa. You ever just wonder and think, how did I get into this situation? Or like, yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got into that situation. You know, it's the song that usually plays. I don't know why. The song doesn't really have much to do with what situations it's used in the meme. Same with the song Roundabout. It was like, it's not... The song itself has nothing to do with the meme. But that's just how it's utilized. Teenage Wasteland. They're all wasted. Honestly, yes. And it's not a rune stream if I don't randomly start singing a song that is not the song that is playing in the background of these videos. So I can't imagine how infuriating or confusing that is for the viewer. Just, I can't hear the background music. That's just a stream thing. That's just something I did for you babies because I have long pauses of silence and I thought I might as well give you some nice music to listen to. It is, current song playing is Identity Crisis by Myuu. Myuu. He's the channel that does the creepypasta music. Yeah, in this ref, I'm gonna give him more of a soft smile in these photos. Wow, in these drawings, because in the next few parts, he's gonna start smiling a little bit more. No spoilers. I mean, I said I'm not gonna worry about spoilers in stream, but that's mostly with just the things I'm working on. When it comes to like future story elements and whatnot, I'm gonna be a little more guarded. Because loose lips sink ships. Jeez. So I'll be more mindful. Also, I didn't listen to it today, but if y'all ever get the chance to, like for me, just like play it once and then you don't ever have to listen to it again if you don't like it. It's called Careless Whisper by Seether, and it's a rock cover of the Sexy Sax song. You know what I mean? Is it Seether or Sither? Hang on, that I will look up. Careless Whisper. I spelt it wrong. Whisper has a H. Yeah, Seether. God, that's such a good song. I mean, Careless Whisper is a good song by itself, but for some reason when it was put in a rock form, you know, in the rock version, it just sunk in for me a little bit more. Sorry, I touched the mic. And that's maybe because I'm totally not a metalhead. But it's just, you know, like everyone is so caught up on the saxophone in the original, they don't actually pay attention to the lyrics. Because the lyrics are actually kind of sad. Like, I don't know how much trouble I'm going to be for singing this, but y'all can't stop me. I got music in my soul. It's just, never gonna dance again. These guilty feet have got no rhythm. So... though it's easy to pretend, I know you're not a fool. I should have known better than to cheat a friend and waste the chance that I've been given. So I'm never gonna dance again the way I dance with you. pure magic. Pure motherfucking magic. Have you seen that Glade or scented oil fan? And it's all around you, don't even know it. It's just there in the air. I love that edit. It's so funny. This shit'll blow your motherfucking mind. Magic everywhere in this bitch. Glade, pure motherfucking magic. I showed it to my brother and he's like, is this the real ad? I'm just, no, it's an edit. He's like, oh, because if it was real, I need to buy an oil fan. It's funny how we live in a society where the edit of something will become more popular than the original. Like, take Nightcore, for example. Y'all know the song Rockefeller? You know, everyone thinks the Nightcore version is the original. Which, excuse you? One. It's like, which A, excuse you? And B, no. Come and walk with me, 1, 2, 7, 3, down the Rockefeller Street. You know, the one everyone thinks is anime, but it's not. It's just Nightcore. And if you listen to the original, it hits a little harder, I think. It's been a while since I listened to it, but everyone listens to the Nightcore version. I'm just, okay. I prefer the original. Now, don't get me wrong. The Nightcore version does slap. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. I'm an AC unit. Speaking of AC, any AC/DC fans in the house tonight or later when this goes live on my channel? Yeah, a few of you. Leave. We don't want your kind around here. We are a Metallica household. Get your cat and heat sounding, screeching metal, boiled witch singing out of here. Yes, I'm an AC/DC hater. You don't have to deal with it. There's the door. Okay, finished my Gatorade. I have my electrolytes replenished. That's probably why I was feeling so dizzy lately. I haven't had Gatorade in like a year. I actually haven't had Gatorade in more than a few years, so I don't know how I'm even... you don't only get electrolytes from Gatorade, but it is a good source. I haven't even had Powerade in a year. The only thing I've been drinking recently, like, I have like 4 drinks I cycle through. You know, water, coffee, tea, Monster, and the occasional Coca-Cola. But honestly, I would prefer Dr. Pepper, but it's not available. So, yeah. I don't know. How do you actually replenish your electrolytes? Because I know if you drink too much water, it can deplete you, excuse me, of your natural vitamins and whatnot. But coffee does that as well. Cat, why are you playing on my chair? No. I don't know what she wants, but I'm just saying no. Because I know it's not going to be fun for me. It's like, going back to Careless Whisper, the original song is good. No, not dissing the original. In fact, listen to the original first. But something about the rock version just speaks to me a little more. It's just the way I think it's the way he sings it. because like the original is just never gonna dance again. These guilty feet have got no rhythm. But like with the rock version, it's like never gonna dance again. These guilty feet have got no rhythm. It's just yes, sing it, feel it. I don't know. Maybe it's just. I feel so unsure as I take your hand and lead you to the dance floor. As the music dies, something in you rise, calls to mind a silver screen and all the sad goodbyes. Never gonna dance. You get the picture. Really gonna get in trouble for that. I can feel it. I feel, if all the streams to get demonetized or unavailable for whatever, I feel like this is gonna be the one. Oh, also, okay, Careless Whisper, Careless Whisper by Seether, definitely check that out. But another music suggestion I have, you want to know a very personal song to me, is called Yours to Hold by Skillet. A lot of people be sleeping on Skillet. You should check them out. They're really good. They're really good. Softer. Well, I guess they wouldn't be called soft rock. They're Christian rock, but their songs don't like sound Christian, if you know what I mean. I don't know how to describe it. Like Christian rock has a very distinct sound, but they do have like a more worship album, which I mean it wasn't my favorite. Everyone knows the album Awake because of the song Monster. Like that's the Skillet song everyone listens to. But y'all are sleeping on their other songs. Like Comatose, I think, is the best Skillet song ever. Now, one of their newer albums called Rise, every song slaps. Every single one of the songs on the album Rise just slaps ass. And in their newer albums too, they keep making new songs, which I need to get back with them. Same with 3 Days Grace. I need to check back in with them because, my God, I used to listen to 3 Days Grace religiously. It was my daily bread. One of the only things that got me through middle school and junior high. I almost said high school. I was like, wait a minute, no. High school for me, that was more like, I mean, I didn't stop listening to 3 Days Grace. It's just 3 Days Grace was more my junior high arc. Same with Skillet. High school for me was, well, definitely a lot of Hobbit music, because I was in high school when that movie came out, so I listened to a lot of, Misty Mountain Cold, and That's What Bilbo Baggins Hates, because it's just a funny song. Lump the glass, share the fat, leave the bones on the bedroom mat, pour the milk on the pantry floor, splash the wine on every door. Anyway. I think I started listening to Hailstorm, or was that after I graduated? I don't remember what I was listening to in high school. Oh, DA games. Okay, I really got into DA games when I was in high school. That was my high school arc, which is probably why I don't remember that being my high school arc as much, is because I still listen to DA games, because he's a darn good artist. I especially love his album, Heart of an Artist. Boof. That album. helped me. I mean, I don't want to be over dramatic. I don't want to seem over dramatic, and I don't want to like bring the mood down or whatever, but that album, Heart of an Artist, really helped me out. It helped me through some rough patches, and it's still helping me. I mean, I still listen to that music and just I feel I don't want to say seen, but I know I'm not alone in my struggles. They just like, oh, I feel like I'm the only one who's struggling with this. No, you're not. Especially, speaking of struggles, I haven't started listening to Hollywood Undead, but like after graduating, I listened to more Hollywood Undead, and why'd no one tell me they had such good music? I only knew of the one song, This Love, This Hate, and the other song, Coming in Hot. Those were the only two Hollywood Undead songs I knew about. Why did no one tell me about the song Believe? Why did no one tell me about Street Dreams and Take Me Home? Why'd no one tell me about those Hollywood Undead songs? And Bullet. Why'd no one tell me about Bullet? This is all on you guys. Y'all didn't tell me that Hollywood Undead was good. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, guys. Man, the song Believe by Bullet is just, whew. I don't feel embarrassed crying in the car when I'm listening to them on my headphones. I mean, when I first listened to it, I was like, oh, these lyrics are so good. And then one particular line happened. I was listening to a bunch of their music because I was just downloading some. I was like, you know what? I might as well just check them out. Like, all of their music. Or at least what I could get my hands on. And I thought, you know what? I'll just check them out a little bit more. So I was, like, picking through some of their songs that I liked. And I was just mindlessly listening to one because it was just like next on the roster, and when Believe started, I was like, this is pretty good, and I was just like casually listening to it to see if I liked it. But then the line is, in the end we need someone to solve them, nobody can fix me if I'm part of the problem. I actually had to stop, like I just stopped dead listening to it, and then just absorbed the rest of the song, and rechecked the lyrics, and I'm getting this song. That lyric really jumped out at me. And then I listened to the whole song, and I was like, dang, this is good. But then recently, it's actually started to make me cry. Like, listening to it, I'm just sitting in the... If y'all are ever in the car with me, and I'm listening to my headphones or whatever, and you see me just going, singing lyrics while there are tears streaming down my face, and I'm like really you can feel my soul coming out of my body when I'm mouthing these words, I'm either listening to one of 4 songs. God Help the Outcasts, the Broadway edition from Hunchback of Notre Dame. Zombie by Cranberries. Deep Red Bells by I don't remember who sings it, or Believe by Hollywood Undead. One of those 4 songs. If you're in the car with me, and I got my headphones on, you hear me? You see me singing my, mouthing, lip syncing my soul out while tears are just falling down my face in streams, running my eyeliner, just one of those 4 songs. I think the part of Hollywood, not Hollywood Undead, the part of the Hunchback of Notre Dame, God Help the Outcasts, that really gets me, and specifically the Broadway edition. Nothing against the original. It's just when I was listening to the Broadway edition, it just hit a little different. The line, yeah, when all the other people are like, I ask for God and his angels to bless me. And then Esmeralda just belts out, I ask for nothing, I can get by. When I know so many less lucky than I. Just listening to it, just tears, just blah, explode out of my eyeballs. And I projectile tears. Just, oh. And Zombie by Cranberries. Of course, it's gonna make me cry. Okay, it's a song about war. So yeah, it's gonna get me. But somehow, Mama, like other war songs don't make me cry, mostly because they're more like upbeat. But like Zombie just feels somber, and it just the lyrics get me. Anything to do with war and soldiers and how it affects everyone gets me. Now the other song I mentioned, Deep Red Bells, I am not making any progress on this reference sheet, but that's okay because I'm talking about passions. Deep Red Bells. It's actually, hang on, let me look up who sings it so I can recommend it, because I really do recommend it. Deep Red Bells by Neko Case. Nekocase. It's a really good song. It punches me in the face, especially the last bit of it, because of what I imagine happening in the with the lyrics and the story behind the song. Deep Red Bells is a story of the point of view of the victims of the Green River Killer. And especially the last verse. I don't want to spoil the song. I mean, I'm kind of going to spoil it. The last verse of the song is, I'll just say it because I really don't want to cry on stream, is, where does this mean world cast its cold eye? Who's left to suffer long without you? Does your soul cast about like an old paper bag, past empty lots and early graves? But those like you who lost their way, murdered on the interstate, while the red bells rain like thunder. And then it goes into the chorus, oh, deep red bells. He says, ugh. He says, where does this mean world cast its cold eye? Who's left to suffer long without you? Does your soul cast about like an old paper bag, past empty lots and early graves? With those like you who lost their way, murdered on the interstate, while the red bells rain like thunder. Oh, deep red bells, deep as I've been done. Oh, deep red bells, deep as I've been done. Oh, whew, yeah, it's when I first listened to it, I was a sobbing mess. Oh, and of course, the song by DA Games from his Heart of an Artist album, As the Lights Go Out. Yeah, that song gets me for obvious reasons. Again, the eyes, the eyes, the eyes. I'm fine. I am okay. Everything will be okay. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and maybe narrow his eyes a little bit. Just proportionally. Maybe his eyes are a little broad. Sorry if I just burped into the mic. That's why I prefer to drink coffee on stream. Because then I'm not burping as much as when I drink Monster, but it was not an option. Okay, yeah. That's better. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are welcome. Where's my phone? Was that that was probably my sister's phone. Oh, might have been my phone too. Hold up. Sorry, anytime I get a text, I might check it. I think he just wanted it in English. Let me know if he wants it in Hebrew. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah. There's in Judaism, there's prayers we say for everything, basically. Especially ones when we're slaughtering animals. And I hate to say slaughtering animals because we're not slaughtering. In the Hebraic way, we make sure the animal is as, their passing is as painless as possible. And we even have a certain prayer that we say during the process. Or just like, thanking God for the food and blessing the animal that we are killing in order to eat. But then again, yeah, we don't like cut their heads off and let the chickens run around. We don't drown them. We don't strangle them. Like with halal. Sorry if that seemed racist, but it's true. They strangle the animals. At least they did. I don't know if they still do, but if you see meat at a store and it says halal on it, chances are it didn't have a very peaceful passing. Just saying. So yeah, so our rabbi was just sending me that prayer because we had lost track of it. Because I mean, in Judaism, we have prayers for most everything, and it's not that we're constantly praying all the time. But honestly, praying is just talking to God, and that's not such a bad thing. You don't have to pray just to ask for things, and sometimes you can pray just to bless Him for things, simple things. The simple pleasures. Because if you know anything about Jewish history, we have learned very early in our time on this earth to thank God for the simple pleasures. Because most of the time we're not having such a great time with everyone trying to kill us and whatnot. Well, not everyone, but it just seems like everyone. I'll check that again in a minute. So our prayers are more geared towards just thank you for your commandments regarding the washing of the hands. Because back then, if you didn't wash your hands every time, or wash your hands as much, because some cultures didn't wash their hands at all, they were pretty filthy and pretty sickly, and that's why some of the Jews were like Jews were blamed for the plague. Not widespread, but it was like in the back of everyone's minds. Oh, them Jews must be up to something. Because they're not getting sick. It's like, well, yeah, so we wash our hands. You know, the Jews have been saying wash your damn hands long before COVID started. You know, I named him Ivy Whisper, and none of his design actually looks like Ivy. Which, I'm not going to change because I'm pretty happy with this design of him. Of his. You know, it's simple. I've been drawing it for a while. It's not so it's mindless, so I can just draw him. Excuse me. I think I'll finish maybe lining or maybe even coloring his, and then I might call it for the evening. And then I might stream again tomorrow evening. We'll see. Because I don't want to strain my voice getting back into it. It's like I haven't gone anywhere. I just changed schedules. Which honestly, I think I like these evening ones better. What do y'all think? Are evenings better? I think they are. I think I'm going to drink in some water just to help my throat a little bit. Oh yeah, much better. Nothing beats well water. Is on our property, we have our own little, we have our own well, our own water. And it's so good. So much better than any water you will ever get anywhere else. The only thing that came close to it was Israeli bottled water, but that's because it didn't taste like a pool. Israeli bottled water actually tasted, you know, like well water. It's just water, and it was clean and clear, and I didn't feel disgusting drinking it, and I was more likely to drink it because it was just good. Oof. Somebody died. Wow, what the hell? How long have I been streaming actually? An hour and 41. Okay. As long as I stream longer than an hour, I think I'd call it good. I know some of my recent streams have been 2 hours. But who knows, we might make 2 hours this time. It's just I don't want to stay up too late because it takes me a while to get to sleep no matter how tired I am. Because that's just how my body works. And I mean, I don't have huge plans for tomorrow, but if I'm going to be working on the video, like getting that coloring process video done, I'm gonna need to be up and at 'em. I need to be ready to work before 10 o'clock. And that's if nothing else comes up. And if I feel better, because who knows? Because anything can happen in the night. In the dark of the night, evil will find her. I'm so upset that Disney Plus, they had Anastasia for a bit. I don't know how long, but it seemed like they were only had it for like a month when we got Disney Plus, and then they removed it. It's just what? I know it's not a Disney movie, but come on, it's a classic. So we were forced to go find it on VHS just so we could watch Anastasia. But in actuality, I'm not that offended that Disney got rid of Anastasia. I only watched it like once. And even then, it was just, oh yeah, this is okay. I know everyone really likes the song Once Upon a December. Which, yeah, a bop. But I really liked that song because it reminded me of a different song. Actually, let me just... like, listening to Once Upon a December, and I might be completely wrong, but in my mind, it sounded like a mix between this, like, a certain version of Come Little Children and I Know Those Eyes from the Count de Monte Cristo musical. Y'all been sleeping on Count de Monte Cristo. Everyone talks about Hamilton and ex-wives and blah. Y'all need to listen to the Count de Monte Cristo. It is not only is it a good story, that's just darn good music. It's set up, and I am upset with the original author because I will never be able to write anything as good as the story he wrote. And I'm upset about it, but good for him. Good for you. It's from a different musical, but I don't care. I just like good music. I don't care what source it is, really. Well, I kind of do. It's like, oh yeah, this is some good music. Who's it from? Oh, it's this guy. Well, the music is from this guy. He kicks puppies for fun. What? Huh? Well, no. Screw you then. How dare you make good music? It's like that one song. I don't remember who is it by. It's just gonna be talking about songs all stream, I guess. But I think if you type up just the song, Why Should the Devil Have All the Good Music? It's a very Christian song. But I remember listening to it as a kid, and I'm just, why should the devil have all the good music? Oh, that shouldn't be clipped. That should be on its own thing. This be clipping. This is clipping. Alright, rendering eyes. My favorite thing to do! now I got the song "This Man Is Dead" stuck in my head. I mean, it's from Conte Monte Cristo, and it's like the song's a two-parter. It's like "I Know Those Eyes" and "This Man Is Dead." Oh, it's so good. What? Oh, that's just someone's squeaky tires coming up that hill. Jeez. Alright. I don't think Ivy Whisper is getting a redesign. I mean, I'm pretty happy with it. I did change his hair, though. Because it used to be like this. I'm just, I'm not sure I like that. So I just did that. But I'm not sure how it's going to translate to the front. We shall see. Yeah, it's funny. Despite having such a passion for music, I never got really into it in any of the classes. I mean, I liked choir, but I was really self-conscious about it because for the longest time I was really bad at singing. Like I had no sense of tone or pitch. I mean, you can probably still make an argument that I'm bad at singing still. I just don't care anymore because I enjoy it. However, I mean, we all can't, not all of us can be Adele. There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching a fever which is pulling me out the dark. It's just, oof. Adele's got some pipes. Bless that woman. Bless her health. I might include this visuals in the coloring video. Just talk because I had talked to, I think in the stream I talked about a way to make the coloring process faster is just to have set references for everyone. I mean, I know that seems obvious, but sometimes the most obvious solutions are the most elusive. Because when I was first learning, I didn't know how any of the layers worked, and I didn't know what a clipping mask was, or protect alpha, or locking. I still am not sure about the locking layers, but I got clipping mask down, and once I got clipping mask down, I was like, alright, then what's all this blending shit? Like, what's multiply, add, divide, light and difference, hard light, soft light, hue, saturation? What is all this? But then I started fiddling with it and went, oh, this is actually kind of useful. So, and I know a lot of younger people and you know, older people alike. I think everyone should touch up on their skills. Everyone should watch a tutorial on something every once in a while. Even if you're not even interested in what the tutorial is, it's just good information. When information is free, why not? You know? Alright, it is 9 o'clock. It's 9:50 my time. I don't know about y'all. So I think we're gonna chill out on the singing as everyone else in the house gets ready for bed. Doot, doot. Okay. Okay. I don't know how I came up with this design on his cheeks, but it just kind of happened. I mean, I can look at his old refs. I think I still have... Well, no, I don't have some. But, like, on DeviantArt, I can look at his old references. And maybe try to piece together how I got it all together. What the heck was that? Sorry, my dogs are gonna be barking for a little bit. There was a screech outside. It sounded like a chicken, and I think my dad's out there because, I don't know, chickens got out the other day, and they were being a real nuisance. So I think he finally caught the last girl. I'm assuming that's him anyway. If not, well, this is gonna be awkward. And then here. I don't really have any set numbers of stripes on his tail, which I probably should, but I mean, whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whoops. Maybe if I do this, it gets rid of 2. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, that just gets rid of 1. Now, are we down on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? Okay, we are. Maybe if I... Actually, I should do 8 because 8 is their number. It's the number of their group. No, the number of people in their group. So maybe if I remove this one. There we go. And just make that slightly bigger. And then I'll move the white around that. I'm not sure if this technique actually works, but I always blur out his stripes. Because his stripes don't need to, are very hollow. I think I decided he would have hollow stripes because I thought he was gonna be like a such a the type of cat that has the hollow stripes that starts with an S and has like 3Ks in it. That one. I thought he was gonna be like that type of cat, but then I like read into it later and it goes, oh, his personality does not match that at all. So I just made him a tabby, and this is just how he looks. And I think for simplicity's sake, I'll just keep his hair things the same on it, no matter which way it's pointing. Just for the own sake of my mental health. There's some things you just gotta do for that, for the sake of your own mental health. Might not be the best, or might not make sense to most people, but hey. When you're at peace, you will eventually find a simpler solution. But you can't do that when you're all stressed out and tweaked out on the cortisol. Like I was all weekend. Oof. Cortisol is one hell of a chemical, and I hate it. I hate cortisol. For any of you who don't know what cortisol is, it is the stress hormone. And it wreaks havoc on your body and mind. And it just, when it floods your system, it's terrible. But when it like leaves your system, you can't even relax after, because cortisol does not leave your system really. It kind of just stays, but it also just flares up. I don't know if this is actually true, but it feels like it's true given my experience with it. The only way to get rid of cortisol is to replace it with dopamine and serotonin. Those are the only two chemicals that can lower your cortisol levels. Well, not the only, but it's the ones I know of. And man, those are getting harder and harder to come by. Man alive. More desaturated. Lower opacity. Bring out the gray. On top. On top. If y'all have never listened to a Rowan Atkinson stand-up, it's so freaking funny. Especially his roll call opening skits are so freaking funny. There's one where he's like taking a roll call for kids that have, for like at a university where the kids just have terrible innuendo names, and it's just so it's funny because he says it with such a straight face. And there's one where he's acting like he's the devil and he's taking a roll of all the new arrivals, and it's so funny. Especially it's like, alright, you're all here for eternity. Ooh, which I need not tell you is a heck of a long time. And he just like goes through the roll. It's like, atheists, are you here? Yes? Okay, why don't you all just line up on the left? Y'all must be feeling a right bunch of nitwits. There's one where he just like, Christians, are you here? Yes, well, I'm sorry, but it appears the Jews were right. It's just... Especially, I think it's so funny. It's like, fornicators, are you here? My God, there are lots of you. It's just a one-man show, and it's so funny. Because it's like he's talking to the audience, but they're actually not there. Like, in the skit. Like, there's one where he pretends to be a waiter at an Indian restaurant, and a bunch of, drunk sports fans come in for some food, and it's so funny. He's, like, trying to take their orders. It's... No, some people might think it's racist, but I don't care. Like, comedy is comedy, man. It's funny. It's funny. And it's not meant to be taken seriously. He's not saying, oh, all Indian people are like this. He's just, no, he's just playing the part. Now, I only think certain instances like that are, no, for most times, I don't think instances like that are racist. In fact, that's just comedy. And if it's not your cup of tea, it's not your cup of tea. But when you take it to the point where it says, like, you're trying to, like, send a message saying that all of this demographic are like this, that's when we have a problem with, that's when the racism comes in. Or if you're just saying, oh yeah, they, no, that's it. When you're saying all are like this, then it borders on racism. But even then, you can say, well, yeah, all of them of this group are like this. But if you say it in a funny, respectful, well, not even, you don't even have to be respectful. If you're at least funny and clever enough to where it's not demeaning for that demographic, but still funny for everyone involved, then it's fine. Which is why I love the anime Hetalia, because it makes fun of every country, basically. Almost every country. It makes fun of almost every country and their people and the stereotypes associated with each country, and it is hilarious, especially the American ones, because they nailed it. Now people think, oh, it's so racist because the Japanese guy says Hairi on Raikri, and it's like, well, yeah, it's because with their accents they don't say the R, they don't say the L very much, but the America in Hetalia is so funny because it's like, yeah, that's the American stereotype, and if you see it like that, this is just the stereotype. It's not them saying all Americans are like this. No, duh. It's like, no shit, they're saying it's not like this. It's saying, like, America as a nation is like this. They think they're the heroes and whatnot. It's... Oh, if you haven't seen Hetalia, it's pretty funny. It is definitely a breakneck pace, rapid fire delivery type humor, but when it slows down, it screeches to a halt, but then it's like breakneck speed again, which I think is the first episode, like the first minute of that of the first episode is just so wild. It's like they'll introduce a character on screen and they'll give no introduction. They'll just see the character and it'll, like, in Japanese, it'll say their name and it just have their flag right next to them, so you immediately know what country they are. And that's it. Like, if you're not paying attention, you're gonna miss out who's who. At least in the first episode. And it's just the jokes overlap each other. They're all talking over each other because it's like they're personified countries and they're all trying to reach consensus. You know, countries don't actually listen to each other. They're just trying to push their own ideas. So it's just really funny because if you know anything about history or politics, it's a roaring good time. And 10:10. We've had a 2-hour stream, folks. I think I'm going to call it here. Even though I know we got some energy going. We got a good flow going. We talked about a lot of things. I worked a lot on this comic earlier today, and I don't want to burn myself out because I also have a bunch of other obligations that have come up. And that's going to be very physically demanding. So when I come in to do these drawing sessions, I'm going to have to, take it easy on myself because I don't want to wear out my arms and back and hips to where I'm too worn out to even do my other stuff, my other chores and whatnot. So, thank you all so much for watching, either live or later. Either way, I love you. Stream gang. No actual official intro past that point. Anyway. Okay. Sometimes I just like to leave the mic running a little bit so it can, like, cool down. This is where I would normally put the like end card. Like, click on this video, click on that video, but if you want to see more, just, I hate to say this, hit the subscribe button, make sure the bell is run on all, or you won't see any of the notifications. Or just keep coming back on the regular. I'm gonna try this week, maybe. Don't hold me to this. I'm gonna try and stream at least a little bit every night these next few weeks. At least for a little while. It won't be any set times, but I'll try to stream every day in the evening. And if I miss a day, I'm sorry. That's just how it happened. Alright, I'm switching over to a summer schedule. It's just difficult. Anyway. Good things come